Hi there, this is the first video about multiplying a monomial times a polynomial using the distributive property. If you don't know what a monomial is, go back a couple of videos, check it out, and make sure you're really good at multiplying a monomial times a monomial before you attempt this one. It's going to save you a lot of time. All right. When multiplying a monomial by a polynomial, use the, and I don't know why I put this, use the distributive property because, I wrote it up there. And a couple of things to watch for. You know what? I'm going to talk about these later. And we'll do some examples and then you'll see the answer. For the first couple, I'm going to show you a way that's, although it's an extra step and it takes a little longer, sometimes it helps students because it's straightforward and you're only doing one thing at a time. Okay, so we're just going to worry about distributing. So 5, 6k. Now this is a plus 5, so I'm going to put a plus here because that belongs to that one. 5 times 9s. So in this first step, I'm really not doing any multiplication. I'm just organizing my work. So it's 5 times 6k, and then plus 5 times 9s. I could have put a plus on the 9s, and in fact, I'm going to squeeze a little 1 in there, but truth be told, it doesn't matter if it's a positive, because any number that's written without a sign is assumed to be a positive. So this is organizing. Distributing. It's not multiplying yet. It's just telling me what I'm going to multiply. Now I'm going to multiply. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay. And then 5 times 9 plus 45s. Now, because these aren't like terms, we're done. Okay. So once you get good, you'll probably skip that step. But if you are just learning, this is a really great way to only have to do one step at a time, and you're more likely to get it right. So I'm going to do the same thing here. So 5h times 9h squared. Now I'm going to put that plus up front to remind myself, plus 5h times 5. Now I'm going to switch that around. I'm not sure if I did that on purpose when I made this or it was just oops. But always put the variables in alphabetical order. Just if you do that all the time, get into the habit in case it's mixed up. You're going to save yourself some grief at some point. Times 3g squared. All right, and multiply through. 5 times 9 is 45. H times h squared is h cubed, right? Because you add your exponent, plus 5gh squared, because there's a 1 there and 1 there, plus 15g squared. And you know what? If you left it that, I'd probably mark it right. I might bug you after and say, work on your alphabetical order, because that's just best practice. So I'm just going to rearrange this. Plus 5gh squared is 45h cubed. That is a lovely answer. I'm going to circle it up here too. Okay. And that's all there is to it. So when you do it this way, let's look at this one. Once you organize it, that's multiplying monomials. And you know that from before. And then you do this part, and that's just multiplying monomials. And again, you know that from before. I'll do it one more time. So 6r squared times 7r squared plus 6r squared times 5r plus 6r squared, I'll put that up there, times minus 8. 6 times 7 is 42, r to the 4th, because we add our exponents, plus 30r, how many? Yeah, 3, right? Because you got 2 there and 1 more. Now, minus 6 times 8 is 48r squared. If you want to put plus minus 48, you can. It just kind of looks wonky. I just find if there's that many signs in there, it's like kind of extra ones that I don't need. And r cubed, r to the fourth, r to the third, r squared, everything's in happy descending order. When they talk about descending order again all the time, we're referring to the exponents up on top. All right, enough of this stuff. I'm going to do it like I normally do. 9 times 7 is 63. K3 times K2, I'm going to add my exponents and get K5 out of that. 9 times 3, so plus 27. I got K3 times K, so it's going to give me K4. Bring my Z along. And the last one, 9 times 5 is plus 45. K3, there's no more Ks, and we just bring the Z squared. All right. We are golden. Let's look at, oh, you know what? Turn the video off. You've seen how this is done. You've seen 4 examples. Do it on your own. I can't emphasize enough. I'm sure you've heard this if you watch some of my videos. Sitting there and watching me do it, you're not going to learn. You have to be an active participant in your learning. Okay? Imagine if you were going to learn a sport. I want to become a hockey player. I think Wayne Gretzky, okay, that dates me. Wayne Gretzky is like the best hockey player ever. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to watch all those old Oiler games. And I'm going to watch them and I'm going to pay really close attention. Okay, so seriously, tell me how good I'm going to become as a hockey player. Yeah, it's not going to work. Same thing here. If all you do is watch these videos, you know what? You might get a little bit better. But if you really want to get good, and I know that's why you are watching these videos, I'm not that funny. Sometimes I am. But I don't think I'm that funny. You have to do it yourself and then see what happens and then turn the video back on and find out if you got it all right, which is awesome. And if you have made a mistake, fix it. Figure out what you did. Active learning. There's my little rant for this video. I suspect most of my videos contain a little rant. Okay, back to work here. Oh, this one's nice and easy. Let's move it up a little bit more. So we're going to distribute 3 times 5 is 15. Q, whoopsies, that's a Q squared. 3 times minus 6 is minus 18. Q. That's just how I make my Q's. 3 times minus 9 is minus 27. Oh, one thing. I screw up signs all the time. One thing you can do is, if this is a positive, then these signs are going to match. Oh, and I'll talk about negatives in a minute when I do this. But if this is a plus out here, then my signs are going to match. They're going to come down just the way they are. So if you struggle with sign numbers, it's a quick check. And 99% of the time, if you are multiplying a monomial, so one term, this is the monomial. And this is the polynomial. Well, technically it's a trinomial, but whatever. You will get the same number of terms as your polynomial, which means if there are 3 terms here, there should be 3 terms down there. I can try really hard to give you some questions where that doesn't happen, but 99% of the time, it's going to work out like that. So it's a quick check. All right, let's see what happens here with this negative. Negative 6 times 7 is minus 42. I don't know about your brain, but my brain says, oh, there's a negative in front, pay attention. Q to the third times Q squared. Oh, I did it again. Get my Q's and G's mixed up today. And then minus 6 times 8 is minus 48. Q to the 4. And minus 6 times 5 is minus 30. Q3. All right, so this is the answer to the other question at the top of the page. If you multiply through by a minus, now I kind of wrote on top, so you can't really see it anymore. The signs are the opposite. So this was a plus. Now it's a minus. It's a minus. It's a minus. So that's the other quick check. So you can check your signs all the time when you're done the question. If it was a plus out in front, the signs are going to remain the same. If it's a negative out in front, the signs are going to switch. So check that. And then 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms. Because the biggest problem is sometimes students get a little anxious or their mind goes on a walk during an exam or something like that, and they think, oh, I got to put it all together. So then they start adding numbers, and you'll get cued to the, yeah, I don't know. I'm not even going to tell you something because that might be what you remember on the test. So 3 terms there, 3 terms there. It's good. All right, here we go. 9 times 3 is 27 d squared. Whoopsies, d cubed. Right, because there's an understood 1 there. 9 times 6 is minus 54 d squared. 9 times minus 8 is minus 72 d. Done. That's cubed. That's squared. That's just a plain d to the first power, so you can't put anything together. Oh, look at super easy one here at the end. 9 times 3 is 27 s squared. 9 times 7 is minus, let's see, that'd be 63s. Ta! You have now you have completed the first one on polynomials. I'm pretty sure the next worksheet looks almost the same, and I challenge you to do it all by yourself and then watch the next video and just sit there and go, yeah, I got this, because math is awesome.